Planning on selling your home? Well, here's the most important real estate term you need to know. This is your home's most valuable information, and you can get it for free from almost any realtor. I'm talking about a CMA, or Comparative Market Analysis. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, don't worry. I'm going to cover it here and make it really simple. But in essence, it's how realtors value your home using data that's only available to them. And if you ask a realtor nicely, they will give it to you for free in the hopes that you will list your home for sale with them. And stay till the end, because I'm also going to share with you a tool that's publicly available where you can actually get some of this data yourself. In this video, I'm going to explain what a CMA is, how the data is collected, and exactly how accurate it is. And as I said before, make sure you stay till the end, because I'll also give you a little tip on where you can find some of this data yourself. So a CMA is what realtors use to determine the value of your home. We've got access to these amazing databases that show us all the comparables in an area, what's sold in the last 3 months, 6 months, 10 months, and we sort of tabulate all of those. So we'll put in your address, and then the system will give us all the properties around that are listed for sale or have sold. And then from there, we sort of adjust the prices depending on whether it's a newer home or an older home, the number of bedrooms, lot size, square footage. And so we adjust those prices so that we can compare it to what your home may be worth. Now let's cover how a CMA is created. So as I mentioned earlier in the introduction, CMAs are created by realtors, so you need to be licensed to be able to have access to this amazing wealth of information. And this information is going to show you all the past sales of a property and surrounding properties. It's going to show you what's up for sale, what's being terminated, or what listings have expired, for example, never sold. And it gives you all the data as well as to what's inside of the home. So we'll have access to photos of sold listings, maybe even video footage. We'll get the sold price, the size, bedrooms, all that kind of information. And we gather all of that to create our CMA. There's amazing software out there for realtors to create these reports quite quickly. So don't be shy in asking. Realtors would love to give it to you, but just be ready that you may get a few calls asking if you're ready to sell. So this brings us to the next question. How accurate are CMAs? You need to remember that CMAs are really just a snapshot of what's going on in the market right now. So your realtor will try to grab that snapshot as it applies to your property when you're getting ready to sell. We saw in the last year with COVID, prices just soaring and demand for homes going up. So realtors really couldn't keep up with the price of homes when they were going up so quickly. By the time the realtor was done creating a CMA for a client, the prices had already escalated. This is why we saw so many properties going above asking. If there's zoning changes to where your home is, that's also going to affect the price of your home. Or perhaps there's a new development project, a high rise, and you live in a cute little cottage, that's going to affect the price of your property. So CMAs are limited. They are just a snapshot in time. What your home was valued at this year is going to be very different than next year. What is important is that your realtor know how to do a proper CMA and have a good analytical mind in determining the price of your home. For example, in addition to being a realtor, I'm also an investor. So I've been analyzing properties for a very long time for my own portfolio. So it's very important that your realtor, once you've determined a relationship with them, fine-tunes that CMA. So the free one is going to be really a high-level CMA, but once you've got your realtor, they should be able to walk your home, they should be familiar with the homes that have sold, and they should be able to fine-tune that CMA so it's as accurate as possible. Hope you're enjoying the video so far, and if you are, please give it a like and a follow so you don't miss any future tips. Now I'm going to give you that tip that I promised you at the beginning where you can find some of this data. If you live in British Columbia or most Canadian provinces, you can go to the assessment page and it'll give you information on what properties have sold for or what their assessment value is. Now the assessment value, please remember, is never equivalent to the market value. The assessment value of your home, which is for tax purposes, so you get this every year and it shows you what your property taxes are and what the government valuates your home as, is not what the market is willing to pay. That is what the CMA is for. The CMA is a snapshot of what the market is willing to pay. So don't confuse the two. But all the same, going into the assessment websites, which are publicly available, you can find out what the government has assessed properties at. Properties have gone up a ton in the last year. They were nowhere close to what the property assessments were showing until they were updated in July. Now we've got a closer gap. But all the same, you can go into those websites, especially in British Columbia. I've made a video on that. And you can find out what homes around you have sold for. You can also see what the gap is between the assessment value and the market value so that you kind of get an idea around where your home may sit, because that is the gap between those two valuations in your area. If you want to get a free home evaluation and you live in the Vancouver region, send me a note. I'll be happy to get that out to you. And if you liked it, please give me a follow so you don't miss any of my other tips. Oh, and before I forget, if you have any questions, just put them down below and I'll make a video about it.